Let me see. Uh, uh, I think I'm audible. Right. I'm audible. Right. Let me send the link. Okay. Let me send the link. Well, anyone there? No. Mhm. Anyone there? So hi guys. Today I'm going to cover the few topics like Italian Unification and fascism in Italy and Russian Revolution. I think I'm audible, right? If yes, then say yes in chat box. Let me see. Am I audible? Yes, yes, Sidhu. Okay, Siddhant. Okay, let me see. I think let people join us later on. Okay, so today I'm going to discuss about the few topics which is very crucial because this is also hotly debated in our modern era or current regime especially. But I will my focus entirely will be on the exam perspective, uh, right now exam is also happening in university. So I will be discussing about the Italian unification first, and then I will move on to fascism in Italy, then followed by Russian Revolution, right? So I have my own handout and write up. So uh, I thought let also revise and also discuss in a very short and very crisp manner, right? So firstly, I will talk about Italian unification, which took place in 1848 to 1870, right? So, because before knowing Italian unification, first we have to know the background of Italian unification, right? See f- the before Italian unification, entire Europe was fragmented into several states. Like at that time, neither Germany were united, neither Italy were united, and also if you have studied history little bit, then you will know that the concert of Euro happened. Right, so there was also Berlin Congress before that, and after Berlin Congress you will also see there are some sort of Vienna Congress, right? So and after the defeat of the Napoleon Bonaparte, finally, so Vienna Congress took place, and it was decided by the Prince Metternich, who presided the session. So and he was against the nationalism, the idea of nationalism. So so he was totally against that. No, any state should be united. Let the status quo should be remain. I mean, because Napoleon Bonaparte, capture or annex most of the territory and then united. So what Napoleon did. So I'm going to talk about what are the role of even Napoleon in unification of Italy and even German, because when Napoleon Bonaparte attacked Italy, right, it unified the fragments of states which were there. So and it led to the some sense of nationalism among people, because Italy was fragmented, and when Napoleon Bonaparte attacked, then it got united. Similarly, in case of Germany, when Napoleon Bonaparte attacked Germany, it led to the unification of German, which is called Rhine Confederation, right? So same happened with case of Italy, right? So there was some sense of nationalism. So regarding nationalism, it is said that it is started 19th century, yeah, but because mostly the modern writers or modern European scholars were discussing mostly in the context of the all about the Vienna Congress and all Italy unification, Italian unification, German unification, right? And later on, and it also influenced entire Asia, right? And we have seen the Russian evolution. So what I'm going to discuss about, and because the role of France is very important. It is very famous saying that when France snitch, right? When France snitch, entire Europe caught cold. This is famous statement of Metternich, because I mean the role of France is that whenever a revolution happened in France, entire Europe got affected by it, because for example, you will see the revolution of 1830, right, and revolution of 1848. So there is very long story about revolution of 1830 and 1884. So because of this, people very much influenced by these other European people or states or regimes, very very much influenced by the revolution in France. So I mean, the any in unification, whether Italy or German, the role of France is very crucial, right? So also because in 1948, right, when Albert, Victor Emmanuel II, who was there, right, who was there on the throne, so he appointed Kever, who was prime minister, right? So before talking about the cover, let's figure out the what are the personalities which are associated with the Italy, right? Italian unification. One is a prominent example is Cavour, which is called the heart, and which is called the mind of the Italian unification, right? Because of his wisdom, because of his diplomacy, right? And so, apart from this, we have Mazzini, which is called heart of the Italy, Italian unification, and another is Garibaldi, which is also called sword, because he was very much trained in army, and he was mercenary. So he took our entire army from right from the Naples to Sicily, and then he handed over the captured territory to the Victor Emmanuel, right, who was there at that time. So Victor Emmanuel III, right, so who was there at that time. So this is a these are the people who play a very important role in Italian unification, right? So the first move regarding Italian unification is that in 1820 there was the emergence of some secret revolutionaries society called Carbonari, which started organizing revolt in first, because 1820 you will see the time period 1820, right? Even before revolution in France in 80 in 1830s and 1848. So there was some kind of attempt in 1820, which was emergence of secret revolutionaries France. So first is the Carbonari movement, right? It started in Italy, right? This Carbonari movement demanded a liberal political reform from monarch. Why? Because of the influence from the revolution which happened in the France. So it is the Carbonari movement which was started by the Mazzini itself, because Mazzini is called the heart of the Italian unification. We started in the which started in the Italy. So it demanded a kind of political reform from the monarch, that House of Savoy, which was there at that time, it should not be united with the Italy, because King, when Vienna Congress happened, the status quo was established. Status quo was reestablished, and so House of Savoy, which has been taken over by the Napoleon Bonaparte, it got united with the Italy forcefully. So the Mazzini called it, so it should not take place because we all have rights, right? So he emphasized upon the parliamentary government, or the rights of the people. So the first move by in 1820 by the Medini, right? So he demanded some kind of political modernity should be there, and also liberalism should be there, right? So, and it inspired also others, people, other continent like Asia, right? And you will see towards the end of 19th century, you will see that there was some sort of revolutionary movement happen in India, like Chapekar brother, which is called, who are Damodar and Krishnan, who attack the plague commissioner Rants, and he was very infamous person at that time, because he did not distributed plague, plague bonus, or I mean, there are a lot of people who have been died because of plague itself, because at that time there was no any modern health technology, right, which is today there. So this also influenced the Asian continent. So it started from right from the Italian, right? So it has very, I mean, Italian any kind of movement happen in Europe mostly impacted India, right? And also vice versa, because movement in India also impacted the other continent. Like, if you talk about Gandhi, so civil rights movement in obviously in USA. Similarly, you will find that the South America, right, South Africa under Nelson Mandela. So it has some so what I will do, I will try to link most of the events, European events, with the Indian events, right? And it will help to connect, because mostly European history is a little bit not interested by the people, by the especially history student. Why? Because if you're not able to link the European history with the Indian history, then it might difficult. So if you started able to link, then all the kind of subjects which is very much integrated each other, so you will started gradually knowing each other, right? So the first thing is I talk about the Mazzini, right, which is called heart of the Italian unification. So he emphasized on the political modernity, principle of liberalism, and he emphasized parliamentary sovereignty, right, parliamentary government. So other prominent people in Italy are the Garibaldi and Cavour, right? So before talking about the Garibaldi and Cavour, let's talk about Italian few Italian states which are there. So out of the major Italian states, the one was Piedmont and Sardinia, right? Piedmont and Sardinia was very much small states, and that was controlled by the Austria itself. So and it was there in the south, and in the south, you will have the Bourbon dynasty who are ruling in the northern, in southern Italy, right? Similarly, in the Sicily, you will see there was some middle. This is Sicily lies in the middle of Italian state, so it was ruled by the Catholic world. So I mean, the map is very much helpful, right? So before understanding any kind of European event, especially, so the Cavour, who was called the mind of the Italian unification, Mazzini, which is called heart, and Garibaldi, which is called sword. So the and Cavour was the prime minister at that time, right? He was appointed by the Victor Emmanuel too. So so the I'm going to especially talking about, I'm going to very briefly because I have long topics. So what I'm going to talk about very briefly. So Cavour, because since he is called mind of the Italian unification, so he used diplomacy first time. I mean, the role of diplomacy very much prominent in European history, right from the Bismarck and Cavour, right? So what he did, he he sought opportunity, uh, because at that time Crimean War happened, right, in 1853 to 56. So in Crimean War, basically, Russia was one side, and Britain and France as another side, right? So there was war happened between Russia and another league was Britain and France. So Cavour, who was there at that time, he tried to shout opportunity. He tried to leverage the opportunity which was there. So he also sent some troops to Britain and France, right? So what happened when you send troops to any people? I mean, when you try to help other. So he also sent some troops to Britain and France, and finally Russia was received set of setbacks, and it tried to help Cabo to internationalize your idea of unification or idea of nationalism. So there was some sort of internationalization of the Italy first times, and it helped ultimately to Cabo. So what was the effect of these things, that France and Britain both helped Italy in try to unite the Italian states which was fragmented there. So finally, Europe, finally the Russia defeated. So there was some Treaty of Paris happened in 1856. So see, what was the reason of this war? I mean, Crimean War was very much petty issue, right? It is said it was about church. It was on the church issue. But other thing is very prominent. If you try to know about international relations, at least Russia was very much enthusiastic about capturing the areas which is there in Crimea, because also Ukraine have events is happening. Russia Ukraine is war is happening. So what? Because Russia wanted to capture Crimea. Why? Because Russian ports, which become freeze most of the time. So Russia was not able to carry out its you can say trading activities. So there is a policy called warm water policy, right? So under warm water policy, what Russia is doing, that Russia try to capture the territories which are very much helpful for trading activity, because most of the Russian ports become freeze in cold. So when you capture the territories in Europe, it will help you in carrying out the your trading activities, right, with the other continent. So the most prominent reason for the Crimean War was the capturing the territory, uh, which is Crimea, which helped you in uh, which help in you to come out from the your limitation, which is a cold, right? In Crimea, which in Russia is a very vast entire very vast territory, and most of the territory become free. So this is a more prominent region, like. And other thing is that it helped finally it helped the Cavour. So what happened that the Napoleon III, which was there in the France at that time, right? So in 1852, Napoleon III, and because why one thing is that why France also helped Italy or Cavour, that because he was also follower of Young Italy. So Young Italy was some sort of organization, right? So this organization was formed by the Mazzini, right? This and the idea of this organization, because of the revolution in France, right, in 1848, and before the revolution in 1830s, right? So he was also follower of Young Italy. So he also helped Cavour, Napoleon III. So what Napoleon III he signed Pluimbour's Pact. So he signed Pluimbour's Pact with Italy or Cavour. So under this pact, what was there, that there is one provision that if any country attack Italy, right? If any country attack you, so France or Napoleon III said to Cavour that if any country will attack you, then I will help you. So under Pluimbour's Pact, uh, if any country will attack you, I will help you. So France said. So what Cavour tried to do, that he tried to utilize the opportunity. So he instigated the Austria, which was there, because of the Austria, the unification of Italy was not possible. So he tried to instigate the to Austria, right? So Austria finally attacked, and how he instigate, because he in Hungary, right? Austria-Hungarian Empire. So he in Hungary he tried to create revolt. Finally, Austria attacked Italy. So then France came to help for Italy. So in this way, French people help the Cabo to liberate Lombardy, which was there in at that time, right? So French army so decline. I mean, so when French army help Cavour or Italy, so finally in liberation of Lombardy. But what happens that later on the French army also decline uh, support to the Venetia, right? So because there are many territories there, like one of the territory was Venetia, right? So he declined supporting to the Italy on the issue of Venetia, because if you liberate Venetia, then it will also threaten your your security. So this pact, so I mean, so this help uh, uh, surely to the Italy, but ultimately the Lombardy was able to able to went to the side of Italy, but Venetia was not there. So finally there was a plebiscite which was there in the in Lombardy. So people supported for this. So finally this Venetia. So finally the Lombardy was able to get by the Italy. So also, what was the role of Garibaldi? Because he was missionary at that time. So he led a entire group of armies, right? Which was from Naples to Sicily, right? So he what he started a group of entire armies from right from Naples to Sicily, and finally he won. But what happened? Two territories still left. For example, Venetia and Rome. Because though he captured most of the territories, so two territories very left, Venetia and Rome. In 1866, so he Austria and Prussia, Austria and Prussia both sign pact with Italy. So apart from this, so one territory was finally won by the Italy. So after that, what happened that uh, there were other territories, right? In 1866, Austria and Prussia, Prussia, which was which was there from Bismarck was there at that time. So he signed pact with Italy. So again, both signed pact with Austria and Prussia signed pact with Italy. No, no, northern part which was taken by the Prussia, right? And southern part was given to the Italy, right? So Austria, Prussia both signed pact, right, with Italy, and northern part was went to the side of the Prussia, and southern part to the side of Italy. So so finally, Venetia was able to incorporate in Italy. How it happened that Italy, when Austria and Prussia both both merged, both united. So the Italy so Italy was defeated, but Prussia defeated Austria. So when Austria Prussia signed pact with the Italy. So finally Austria got defeated by the Prussia. So in this way, Venetia was also incorporated. So also similarly, other territories like in 1870, France. Germany war, right? So France and Germany war took place, and which is called Battle of Sedan, right? So apart after Venetia was able to get by the Italy, so other territories were left. So France and Germany war also happened, which is called Battle of Sedan, right? So all the in the Battle of Sedan, what happened that the at that time all the French soldiers were protesting Rome, because Rome was also secured by the France. At that time Rome was protected by the France. So when Battle of Sedan happened right, so all the French soldiers who were protecting the Rome had to go to fight. So again, Italian soldiers thus control control. So to appease Pope, he was given Vatican City, right? So what I'm saying that Vatican City is also able to because at that time papal state was there, right? Papal state was there, so Pope used to control the papal state. So ultimately, when France and Germany when the France and Germany war happened, the so Italy, Italy got benefited, right? So Italian soldiers controlled the areas of Rome, right? Because France and Germany were attacking each other. So French soldiers went to the German war or Germany, right? So Italian soldiers able to control the area, and but again the Pope was controlling the area of Rome. So but again, finally Pope was Pope and Italy, Pope and Victor. At that time there was Victor Emmanuel, right? So there was some sort of agreement, which is called Lateran agreement. So Pope received Vatican City, and Rome got united with Italy. So this is very much important that still you will see that in Vatican City there is a Pope ruling, right? So because of the France and Germany war in 1870. So in this way, this is also one which is very short event which I'm talking. But there are a lot of events, right? Right from the there are a lot of events, right? There are huge treaty, in Italian Unification, right? So this is a very short aspects. Later on, I will also talk about other thing in in a very short way later on. But I think it is already 30 minutes over. So I'm going to stop here right now.